Grab your gear, let's hit the water. Paddle and fin, where the vibe gets hotter. Kayak fishing, straight talk, hear the stories unfold. Solid freshwater adventures bold. With multiple hosts, yeah, the crew's all here. Casting lines in rivers, no need for fear. From the east to the west, we're making waves. Join the tournament hype, see how it raves. Paddle and fin, we're on the go. From the lakes to the oceans, let the good times flow. Fishing tales and triumphs will paint the scene. Give reviews and profiles, you know what we mean. Bring special guests, every episode shines. This is kayak fishing, where the world aligns.
Jason the 20-Incher Susquehanna River podcast is brought to you by these great companies. Railblazer, think outside the tackle box. Kayak cushion for the long days on the water. Achigan Brand, the official brand of smallmouth bass. Blue Mountain Outfitters, Susquehanna's local kayak shop. Mud Puppy Anchors, grab the bottom with Mud Puppy Anchors. Ken's Jigs, need a custom jig? Get a hold of Ken. Vicious Fishing Line, Japan's #1 fishing line. Eco Fishing Baits, the next generation of soft plastic. Undercover Baits, get hooked on Undercover Baits. Thanks for watching and welcome to the show.
That's 20. That is a 20.
Hey,
Yo,
what's
what's
up,
going
fella?
on, guys? What's going on, Sean?
Not much, brother.
I feel like it's been a minute since we've done a podcast.
Yeah, we've been busy for sure.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it seems like my screen is a lot darker than normal. Just have a setting on a camera wrong or something. But welcome everyone to Chasing the 20-Inchers, the Susquehanna River podcast. We've been super busy like the past, I want to say like at least 3 weeks.
Yes.
We had Bassmasters come through. We had some local tournaments we were doing. We had the big SFT Kayak Classic. And then we had some other local things going on here on the Susquehanna River. I'll tell you what, the Susquehanna smallmouth have been busy the last couple weeks.
They got hammered for sure.
What's up, Scotty? Scotty Hepner's in the chat. What's going on?
Hey, Scotty.
Michael Bradley, evening, fellas. What's up, Michael Bradley? We got Dominic. Hello, what's going on, Dominic? We got a special episode for you guys this week. We have Bill Durboraw coming on. He's in the green room right now. He was the winner of the Susquehanna Fishing Tackle Kayak Classic on the Susquehanna River. We also have Brooke Williams in the green room. He finished like 7th place in Bassmasters on the Susquehanna River. And we have Randy Rosenberry coming on to release another bait, a new bait that he's coming out with. So we wanted to bring him on and have him release that live, and it's probably going to be live tonight. We'll find out from when we bring him in. But Sean, what's been going on, man? I know you were on the water yesterday. Did you get out at all today in the rain or no?
No, I really wanted to, but I was I'm hopefully picking up a new kayak tomorrow night at 6, and I thought it might be possible to grab it tonight, but or today, but that ended up not working. So, but I kind of left my schedule open for the possibility of that. But yeah, that was kind of the main reason I stayed home. But the weather also wasn't super encouraging either. So,
yeah. I actually got a text message from Mike Reinhold and Big Daddy John Rapp. They were out. I don't know if they actually went through with it, but they were up north a bit, and they asked me if I wanted to come out, and I was like, sure. I was planning on going out today, but I woke up at like 7. I looked at the weather and I was like, it's not going to be good. We're going to be wet all day long. So
Yeah.
I decided not to go. I wish I would have went just to see John Rapp because I get to see him about once a year at, the KA championship.
Right.
But it would have been nice to go out and fish with those guys today. But
Yeah. No, I was thinking the same thing.
I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
But anyhow, you guys all know how we start our show here. We're going to start off with the river levels. The river levels are brought to you by Railblazer. Think outside the tackle box. And we'll start off with Harrisburg. Harrisburg right now today is sitting at 3.76 feet. And it looks like doesn't really look like a rise. It kind of looks like they're going down a little bit.
Yeah, and that was kind of what I noticed yesterday. It was off color for sure, but it definitely wasn't super high. So,
yep.
All right. Next we'll jump over to Lewisburg for our second one. Lewisburg is sitting at 2.5 or 4.5 feet, and the graph looks about the same. So
yeah, about the same as Harrisburg.
Yep.
Huh. All right, next we'll jump over to the North Branch, Towanda. Towanda's sitting at 0.81 feet.
And falling as well.
At least they're in the positive.
Yeah, it'll be interesting with the rain that's coming through now if that changes at all, but probably not. I don't think it's supposed to amount to a whole lot. But jump over to Marietta. The Marietta gauge is sitting at 34.37 feet and holding steady, maybe slightly falling, but nothing crazy there.
Yeah, they all look about the same.
Yep.
And then the last but not least, we have the Juniata Newport gauge sitting at 3.82 feet. And it kind of looks like they got a little bit of a rise going on right now.
Just peeking up a little bit. Yep.
Yeah. I know there was a big tournament on it wasn't big. 20 anglers went out yesterday from dusk to dawn. It was a Slay Nation tournament. And I talked to a couple of them anglers. They said they struggled a bit, but they still put up the numbers. 93, 94, 92 I seen.
Wow.
My buddy.
That's an interesting. So it's mostly in the dark, I guess.
Yeah, you fish from, I guess it's, dark to dark.
Yeah.
And I talked to Larry Okonski yesterday, and the day before, I talked to him on Friday, and I was debating on whether to fish or not. And I got done work real late for, Saturday morning, 1 a.m., and I was supposed to go fish the championship for PA Bass, but I would have never made that with that drive. And then I was thinking about fishing the Slay Nation, and then I was like, I don't know, man. Dark to dark is a long day.
Yeah.
I'd have to have at least 12 bottles of water with me.
Yeah, that's a long time.
What's Jeff saying?
He objects to the river levels.
Yeah, you can never trust the river levels. It kind of just throws you in the right direction, but we know they are a little bit off all the time. So, so Larry was out there, and he said on Friday when I talked to him that he was only going to fish till like 2 or 3 o'clock. But so yesterday I called him at like 7, I want to say it was, and he's like, "Dude, I'm still in the water." And I'm like, "Oh
wow.
my God, are you kidding me?"
Holy cow!
It was a tough bite yesterday. He said they were struggling. Well, not struggling so much, but it wasn't the normal Juniata River. But it looked like Mark Manini won with like 93.5 or 94 inches.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Dan Grove was in second place with like 93 or 92, something like that. But yeah, they had a tournament. I really wanted to fish that. I just didn't want to. That's a long day, dude. I mean, you probably could quit whenever you wanted, but
right,
you're kind of missing that evening bite then if you quit. You never know what's going to happen. You catch a couple 20s or 19s and be right up there.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. So, well, you guys all know what we do before we bring our guests in here. We do the Achigan Brand photos of the week, and we got a couple of them. We also got to give away a $50 code.
Yep.
And what how that happens is once we pick a winner, I email Achigan with your information, and then they get back to you and they send you like a $50 code through an email, and then you can use that code when you go to achiganbrand.com. So you want to start it off, Sean?
Yeah, I'll start it off with our good buddy Andy Bowman. This is actually Andy's son who caught his PB and actually tied Andy for his PB over the weekend. So congrats to that young man there, Andy's son. And that's
I
a
think he's saying it was
beautiful
like a 21 or a 21 and a quarter or something.
yeah,
Like
something like that. Yep.
that. All right. Nice fish, dude.
Yes.
All right. Next we have Bill Durboraw, one of our guests for tonight. I don't remember exactly the story behind this fish, but I think it might be his PB or close
Or
to his
at least
PB.
tied. Yeah. And I know that was like his third around that size. So
Yeah.
that's a heck of a run.
Heck yeah. We'll have to ask him when we bring him in here.
Definitely. Next up we got Charlie Rustler
Look at that
with
tank.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's like a football. It's
He must
nice
be up
fish.
north.
You never know, but man, if that's local, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it looks like big water, so he's probably
Yeah.
up north somewhere. All right, next we got Cody Brashear. Look like nice smallmouth. Cody, next time, I know it's tough being in a kayak, but when you try to take photos, try to aim towards where the sun's shining so you can get a really nice photo.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Sometimes I take photos like that, but if you just turn the kayak around and face towards the sun, you'll get one heck of a photo.
Yep.
But good job with the fish, and thanks for the submission, man.
Yeah, very
it.
nice fish there, Cody. Thank you. Next up, we got Jared Clare with a nice smallie there.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool photo, too.
Yeah, I like the stripes on that one.
Yeah. I think he caught that that might have been the power hour. I think he might have caught that during the power hour.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for sending that in, Jared. Next, we have Jeff Riddle.
Getting in on the action. Yeah, 20-incher.
Open mouth penalty. Open mouth penalty. But nice fish. Thanks for sending that in, Jeff.
Very nice. Next up, we have Jim Carchidi. Oh, they got a doubles. I remember seeing that on the Facebook page. That's very cool.
I like that photo.
Yeah, you got to love it when you guys double up like that.
Heck yeah.
Lots of fun.
Awesome. All right, next up, JP Poole. JP's still catching the big ones. Good job, JP. Thanks for sending that in.
Very nice. All right, next up, we got Kyle Johns, a young man there with a nice smallie.
Heck yeah.
Very nice. Yep.
Beautiful
Thanks for sending that in, Kyle.
And next we have Matt Falver. And that was, I think that was big fish for SFT tournament.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but Matt, if you're watching, let us know.
So either way, that's a heck of a smallie.
I mean, yeah, either way, that's a big fish. Yep.
All right, next up we got Nikki Keller.
Oh, Nikki rocking the Achigan Brand.
There you go.
She won a couple weeks ago, and that's probably what she decided to get, that sweatshirt with her $50 gift card.
Very cool.
Good job, Nikki.
Yes, very nice.
All right, next we have the one and only Scotty Hepner. Scotty, thanks for sending that in, buddy.
Yep, Scotty's still finding them as well. That's good to see. And then last but not least, bringing up the rear, Zach Newth with a nice smallie there. So thanks for sending that in, Zach. We appreciate you.
Awesome. We appreciate everyone that does that, man. They take the time to post their photos on our posts that we put out right before the podcast, like the day before, and y'all come with it. So what do you think, Sean? Did any of those photos like catch your eye?
I really like the double. That's my vote. Yeah.
This one, Jim.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds good to me. That's a That's a winner right there. Jim, if you're watching, reach out to us. Find us on social media, Carlisle Esterly. Send me your information, and we'll get that $50 gift card to Achigan, or we'll get your information to Achigan so Achigan can send you the code for $50 off the website at achiganbrand.com.
Alrighty.
All right, Sean, you want to get into this episode here? We got 3. We'll bring them all in at the same time. We'll I'm sure none of them want to really sit in the green room and while we're talking to others, but why don't we go ahead and bring in Brooke Williams. What's up, Brooke?
Hey, fellas, doing?
Can you hear me? All right.
I can.
Bill Durboraw. What's going on,
guys.
Bill?
Good. How are you?
And then good. Thanks for asking. And Randy Rosenberry. Randy, what's going on, brother?
What's up, guys?
Not too much. So you guys know, because you all fished the tournaments these past probably the past month, how busy everybody's been with all these tournaments going on. I just wanted to bring some of you guys on to talk about how you guys broke down the river and stuff like that. We wanted to bring Randy on because Randy been fishing pretty good as well, but we also heard that he has a new bait dropping tonight. So we're going to get to that later on, but we're going to start off with Brooke. I know, Brooke, what'd you finish in Bassmaster? 7th place?
8th place.
8th place.
8th place.
Let me bring it up here so I can exactly see what you had. The Bassmasters. Yeah, so I know I seen Brooke Saturday on both days. He launched from the same boat ramp I launched. 183 3/4 inches. Finished 8th place. He had 91 1/4 on day 1 and 92 1/2 on day 2. So Brooke, I know we had like 11, 12 anglers each day launch from where we launched. And what was your strategy and how did you like kind of stay away from all the fish that weren't pressured from all these anglers?
There's no way to stay away from the fish. The river gets so much pressure. You just kind of have to try to find something different or get to a spot early in the morning that nobody can get to first. I kind of focused on there's a small set of islands in the stretch that we were at. That was my starting point. I went down to the bottom before you get to we'll just say at the Rockville Bridge, and just stayed above that area, hit those islands. First day, I was throwing the Twitch minnow and the Susky Shiner. Thanks, Randy. And
Yeah,
You're welcome.
First 2 fish, a 17 and an 18 3/4. And I only had 1 pack of them, and I went through that pack pretty quickly with a couple of dinks that kind of just tore it off. So then I threw the white one. They just didn't want the white one. So that's when I switched over to throwing jackhammers pretty much the rest of the day, and that dominated the rest of the day on Saturday and all day Sunday. The bruised green pumpkin jackhammer with the Crush City cleanup crawl. In the same colors.
Oh boy, I've heard a lot of good things about that trailer. I know some of the guys that I fish with throw it. How were you rigging the Twitch? Were you rigging it tech like a nose hook, or did you have EWG hook?
No, I was nose hooking it with a. I was putting a screw. What do you call it? The keeper in the
Screw
nose.
lock.
Yep.
And you were actually going through were you going through the plastic when you were nose hooking it?
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it helped to make it last a little bit longer too, because it's a nice supple bait. It does a great job. It's very, it works through the water really well. But that screw lock definitely helps keep it on a little bit longer because those fish they're nuts.
Yeah. We all know that. Were you using the regular size Twitch or the little Twitch?
Regular size. I guess it's what, 5.5?
5 1/4.
Yep.
5 1/4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Worked
So,
well.
you said you were throwing a chatterbait too. Were you just running and gunning with that, or were you hitting? Were you like trying to specifically hit certain targets throughout the day?
Yeah, I was trying to hit the high percentage targets. Working my way up the water in that area. There were some islands in the middle, just trying to hit the current seams on the back because of the islands on either side of the islands. If there wasn't somebody there that I could physically see before I got up there. I did end up getting a 19 3/4 off of one of those islands. The first day. Tried to go back to that same spot the second day. Nothing happening. Second day was different. Was a different bite. Just the watercolor was different coming down from the Juniata. I was fishing mostly the Juniata side or the western side of the river. And that seemed to be a much better bite. It was weird because the center to the right had this really slimy green algae behind a lot of the rocks in the island. It was very frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, once the water started clearing up later in the day on the western side, the Juniata side, it was pretty fun because I went about 2.5 to 3 hours in the morning, not catching anything keeper size or rarely catching anything at all after I hit those islands in the morning. And then I just started working my way up that side, and every, rock, every disturbance, ledge, whatever, I was having some pretty good success all the way along the shoreline too. There was some vegetation that was sticking out that was in the water that I would normally, when I fish there, when the water's lower, that side doesn't even come into play because it's not even in the water. So I picked out a couple fish from that vegetation alongside too. So it was good.
Yeah, we had a crazy weird algae bloom during the Bassmasters tournament, and it wasn't there on Wednesday. I pre-fished Wednesday before the tournament, and I don't recall seeing an algae bloom. And then all of a sudden I get there on Saturday. I was super confident in my area, and I get to my area and I'm just like, first cast, I got shit all over my lure. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Just like that. It's just crazy how quickly something can change, and just the people that can change with what's going on. Like for me, I was like spun out as soon as I seen this algae bloom. I was like, shit. Like I caught probably 90 inches in 2 hours during practice, and now what am I going to do? So I'm just running around trying to figure something out. And I don't know if anybody else experienced that with the algae bloom, like getting that green snot all over your lure every time you were reeling it in. But that really screwed me up. But yeah, you overcame it. What's that?
Sorry, I noticed it in the morning, but it seemed like as the day went on, I was seeing less and less of it.
Yeah. What about you, Randy?
Oh, yeah, it was there. I mean, I was throwing a crankbait, and every cast you get something on it.
Yeah. And then I think the water came up too, right? I'm sorry, Brooke. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was starting to see clumps of it starting to release by the end of the day. So I don't know if it was because of the rising water or what, but it was still there. It just kept me away from those areas. So it made me focus on some other areas I normally wouldn't have fished that, ended up being fruitful. So
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, the way you finished, especially coming up from day one, I think you caught like an inch more on day two. That's pretty impressive for the area that we were fishing with all them anglers. There was
I was going to say, when you put that many people and to throw up that many inches, that's an impressive 2-day total. So
yeah, was
I
that
think one at the ramp? There were some people, but immediately I think 2 or 3 of those people went directly downstream under the Rockville Bridge, because that was that ramp down there at West Fairview was packed. From what I heard during practice and so forth. But that's essentially where I think a few of the top 5 guys, gals, whoever else was down there, ended up fishing a lot of that area. One of my buddies was down there. They were working a lot of top water down there. I was not having any success on top water in the area that we were in. So I just stuck with the jackhammer. It was working.
Yeah, I mean the jackhammers always the past couple years have been huge on the river. It's surprising to know like these fish they don't get used to a bait. The jackhammer's been a staple on the Susquehanna for I want to say 10 plus years or more, and people are still catching them with it and cashing checks. So yeah, why change something that's working, right?
Right.
So I tried to throw some top water too, and I was noticing I was getting a lot of grass. There was some floating grass too, not only just the algae bloom, but we had floating grass. Depending on what area of the river you were fishing, you were getting a lot of floating grass. So I was, even with the buzz bait, I was getting grass wrapped around the blade. It was screwing me up and stuff like that. I know Sean didn't get to fish the Bassmasters, but he's already been in these kind of situations too, where the water's perfect 3 days before the tournament, and then you fish the tournament, and there's all these changes that went on.
Yep.
Randy, where did you finish in the Bassmasters? I know you did pretty well. I mean, half of the pack at least, right?
I think I was in the 20s. I think.
Yeah, that's really good for 250 plus anglers.
Yeah, and then I guess day 2 we had, which I don't know why they do this, but they do it. The no limit power hour, the native no limit power hour, and I know Randy, you didn't you cash a check for big fish for one of them hours?
Yeah, I got lucky.
Hey, that's what that tournament's all about, man.
Yeah. I caught that 19 and a quarter, and on a basically it was just a square bill that I custom painted. It was pretty much the same size as a 1.0, and I don't know how I managed to get him in. It was it was interesting.
Was that on a BFS setup?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was throwing the little stuff.
That's awesome.
Just trying to catch what I could, because Sunday it was a bad day for me. It was terrible.
Brooke, did you enter the power hour as well, or did you just focus on the?
I took 7th in that too.
Wow,
oh, nice.
Yeah,
man. I did not enter the power hour just because I wanted to focus on one event at a time for that. But I'm glad I didn't, because I didn't catch any big fish on day 2. Kind of saved.
19 3/4 was a big, but I think the same hour. Jeff Rabbit caught a 19 3/4 probably before me, so he took the cash that day from that. I would have cashed a check on that one. I put a 14-incher on the board right at 3 o'clock.
Oh,
so I missed taking I guess what was it, 5th place paid out. Yeah.
Man.
I did
second.
I did okay for the weekend. Not a big deal, but it was still one of those things like, woulda, coulda.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome, man. To cash a check in the Bassmasters. We had 100, what was it, 180 some, 89? Something like that.
It was 189.
Was it? Okay. I mean, to cash a check during a tournament like that with all them freaking anglers and fishing around so many people all day long. I know there was people everywhere because I seen them everywhere. Kudos to you, Brooke, for doing that. You're one hell of a fisherman. We always see at the top in most of the tournaments that you fish. We consider you a hammer, bro. So congratulations on that Bassmasters top 10.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I was wrong on that. I was 38th in the Bassmasters, not the 20.
Well, even 38th out of that many people is freaking awesome. Bill, where'd you finish? I know you had a good day 1.
You had to go there, didn't you?
I knew not to say anything about that one.
Well, I mean, we all have good and bad days. I know. I've been there.
Sunday was so bad. I would have been lucky if I had just a bad day. I was 17th after day 1, I think. something like that, like 93 inches or something. I don't know. It was really tight after day one. So day two, I went out, and we can cuss here, right?
Sure.
I went out and shit the bed pretty bad. I got locked in on towards the end of the day, Saturday. I got locked in on what the 18-inch plus fish were doing. Like I found 15s and 17s galore in certain areas, and I found stuff that just like it was 18s and pluses, no matter what. They were the only size fish on this type of thing I was doing. So I went out Sunday and I was locked in, tunnel vision. That's what I was going to do. I was going to go for a top 5. I didn't care about getting the 15s and 17s or any of that. I was just going big. And I went out and proceeded to lose at a bare minimum 12 fish that were 18 plus.
Oh,
Because I actually saw them, they jumped, and then shortly after they would just come unbuttoned. And
so let's back up here a minute. Are you willing to share the baits that you were throwing?
not the particular bait, but I'll tell you what I was throwing, because that one I ain't ever sharing. I was throwing top waters.
Okay, so day one, Bill had 91 inches, was sitting in top 10, right? Or top 20.
17th, I think.
Yeah.
Top
like
20.
Yeah.
And then oh yeah, you did shit the bed, Bill.
Only brought 4 fish.
Second
Damn, he's
day.
rubbing it in, isn't he?
No. I'm just trying to figure out, like,
Wow.
we all want to know what really happened, but
Here's
Yeah,
more
so
curse
that's
words
why
real soon.
it's painful to relive it, but I have no problem sharing it. I mean, I only brought 4 fish in because, like I said, I had tunnel vision. I knew what I needed to get a top 5. I knew where the fish were to do it.
yeah.
And I wasn't going to stop and go do something else just to worry about a limit. I was going for top 5 or nothing.
Yeah.
Because I don't care about
And-
points and any of that.
And to be on Bill's side, he did something super awesome at the SFT tournament. So, he got redemption for sure a week
Yeah.
later. So so he had 91 inches day 1 and then 71 3/4 day 2
With 4,
with 4 fish.
And my
So-
small was 17. The rest were all 18 plus.
Yeah,
So,
like you said, he lost a bunch of fish. Big
Those
fish.
are heartbreakers when that happens. Were they just like not committing to? They're just swiping at the top water, or
no, literally, they were hooked. I was fighting them.
wow,
And
okay,
lost them. That's
Oh.
how I knew how big they were, because I got to see the first jump on every one of them.
gotcha.
Then,
That's even worse.
and then
Yeah.
after fighting them for a few seconds, I still don't know what happened. I was checking my hooks left and right.
Yeah,
Was doing everything right, I think. I mean, no different than how I would, but you always lose fish on top water. You expect to lose some. I just don't expect to lose that many.
right.
Yeah,
So it's-
that's especially during a big event like that.
And that would spin me out like crazy. After
Oh,
like
I was
loss number
done.
4, I'd be done.
I'm not proud of this, but I got off the water and wife was helping me pack the gear up, and I threw a couple rods. I was not in a good place.
Yeah, yeah. I bet she wasn't very happy either watching you go through that.
No, she told me I better stop throwing, because if I break any, she's not letting me replace them. But I just
Yeah.
had to get that little bit of steam blowed off, and then I was like, okay, I'll be all right.
Nice. Back to Brooke. What do you throw your chatterbait on, Brooke? What's your setup?
That one I threw all day long was on a TFO 7-foot medium heavy with a Curado DC 151, 17-pound fluoro,
Fluoro. Straight fluoro.
straight
Wow.
fluoro.
Is that a glass rod or just a regular,
Regular.
like carbon? Randy, were you throwing a chatterbait at all?
I think so. Yeah, a little bit.
Let's hear your setup on your chatterbait.
Crankbait or just a normal cranking rod. I don't know, man. I'm not picky about my stuff.
Do you know if is it glass or is it just like regular carbon?
I have no clue. I mean, I'll throw a chatterbait on anything. I'll throw a chatterbait on same rod to throw a tube on, man. I don't care. I'm not picky like that.
You'll throw a chatterbait.
That's why
on a
I don't
spinning
catch very
rod?
many fish.
Whatever.
Whatever. Listen to this guy. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
he just gets
Ask me
lucky,
about
right?
yesterday's tournament. Yeah.
The
So-
Achigan.
Yeah. So Bill talks about shit in the bed. Well, I shit in the bed and then I rolled around in it. That's how bad my tournament was yesterday.
I think.
One 14-inch fish.
Oh wow.
One scoreable fish. I mean, when I do fish, that's, I just want to catch one fish, one scoreable fish. But wow, and I do kick myself in the butt for not following someone else, because they were at the same spot I was, and it wasn't a good smallmouth fishing spot where we were at.
Yeah.
And I should have left with them, but I was like, nah, I think I'm gonna stick it out. And yeah, that was stupid.
Brooke, was your tournament yesterday on the Schuylkill River?
Yes.
And
That
Brooke
was-
got
that
third
was-
place in that one.
It was an experience, because I got to the ramp that I wanted to launch from in Exeter Township, and they had gates across it because they've been working on the road and stuff like that. But they assured our tournament director that it was supposed to be open. But we got there at 5 o'clock in the morning. There were 2 other pickup trucks with kayaks waiting, and we just all kind of dispersed from there, realizing we couldn't use it. So I went downriver to the next launch, which was about 5 miles down, which I had already pre-fished in that area, but I wasn't hot on it. So my goal was to go up as far as I could and make it back to the original launch, which I did. And just the whole way up, there was 2 other anglers that were fishing around the same area. I think we were kind of crowding each other, and I got to the point where I was like, I just saw an opportunity and just cranked it upriver with my Hobie, because it's no motors for KA.
Yeah.
So I was just,
Yep.
do I have enough water to sustain my life for the rest of the day? Just pedaling up, and there's a lot of vegetation in that water. It was pretty ridiculous, actually.
That's like pedaling through concrete.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ended up getting. I mean, I made it 7 miles upriver. I went back to Google Maps and checked it out. And the area that I wanted to fish, I caught a 16.75 with an hour left, which then ended up giving me like a 4-inch upgrade and put me in technically a tie for third place, which I just found that out tonight because we had this score tracker was turned off. And that 16.75 ended up giving me the tie break to take third place.
So you got top 3. You got third place there. How many anglers did you have in that tournament?
15.
15.
Yeah. I attribute that. Emily were 5. Slay Nation had their tournament on the Juniata. So, sometimes we'll get a few guys that go both trails. PA Bass was also out. I don't know if there's any guys that probably would have made it out. Maybe a couple of the CPA guys might have tried to come to our tournament, but people were being torn in other directions. So our numbers were hurting a little yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, and I saw was Laurel Highlands had a tournament too.
Where was that at,
Yeah.
Bill?
Keystone Power Dam.
It doesn't help everyone.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Man, I wish these tournaments. It's crazy. I wish there's so many tournaments that clash throughout the year. I wish these directors would really kind of get together and figure something out as far
It's
as
so
that.
hard though. It's speaking just from one of the people that makes the schedule. It is hard to not overlap with, because there is so many.
Because we're only hurting other trails by doing that. I feel that's my opinion.
You got what, three or 4 chapters of KA in Pennsylvania, then you got Keystone, then you got Slay Nation, then you got PA Bass Nation.
Bass.
That's all
Yep.
just what's in the state.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you get these big trails coming in.
You got Bassmasters, KAS,
It's crazy.
The Team Kayak Series 2 on top of that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. It gives more people opportunities when they're available to fish these tournaments, but then again, it
Mhm.
does cannibalize some of the other trails when they're happening. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. You try to do what you can.
It's just crazy how quick the summer went. Like we were anticipating all these big tournaments, and now they've all already came and gone. And I think KA only has our trail, our Central PA only has 2 left. Brooke, what do you have left? 2?
We have one on the North Branch in Susquehanna.
1 left. And I'm not sure. I think yesterday PA Bass had their championship, and Josh Sims wound up winning that. And I think that's done for the year. I think actually he was talking about starting 2027 in November or October or something like that. Was that true that you guys, did you guys hear that?
I heard the same. I don't know. Bill probably has a better handle on that.
Yeah, so he is going to shoot for a late October event to start the 2027 season.
Nice.
Interesting. Yeah, that'll be fun.
So he's working on that.
Get that fall bite going on. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to take a 30-second commercial. We'll be right back. We're going to get into Bill's win on the SFT tournament, and then we'll get into Randy's drop that he wants to drop a new bait. So stick with us, guys. All right, guys, welcome back to Chasing the 20 Inchers. We are the Susquehanna River Podcast. We've just been here with Brooke Williams and Bill Durboraw and Randy and my co-host Sean talking about all these tournaments that we had the past couple weeks. I didn't ask Bill. Bill, when you do throw a chatterbait, what's your setup? What's your rod, reel, line?
Good thing about being out here is I can just grab stuff and look.
Got one hell of a setup there with all your baits and stuff behind you there.
Yeah, Michael Bradley said if Costco was into bass fishing, it would look like Bill's tackle room.
So I have 2 different chatterbait setups. So
that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
For like the river, if you're dealing with like rock and just a light amount of grass, I throw St. Croix's Legend Glass 7.2 heavy moderate.
Nice.
So it's a glass rod with a zillion 7-speed 7-gear ratio and like 16-pound sunline fluoro.
That's interesting. Another fluorocarbon off
Straight fluoro. Yeah.
And then for like if we go to like upper Chesapeake where you got that real thick heavy vegetation, I'll throw I think it's a 7.2 St. Croix's Legend Tournament, but it's a graphite rod. It's a heavy moderate graphite.
To rip it through the grass.
So you can rip it through.
Yeah. It's hard to rip glass rod.
Yeah, I really like that glass rod for the river though, with that current and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Usually when you button them with that, you got
it. Yeah, you don't lose them too much. That's what I throw. I throw a glass for the river. It's a Daiwa Tatula. I forget what name. One of the pros names on it. I forget which one it is, but it's one of those rods where once you pin them, they probably ain't coming off.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some really nice action to it.
Well, all
right.
Well, braid.
I throw straight braid. Yeah.
I throw braid to leader, but
maybe that's why I suck at chatterbait fishing.
I don't know. I know some
maybe I should try fluorocarbon.
Yeah,
like heavy grass, but.
Yeah. Well, so what do you think is like they're seeing the line maybe if I'm throwing straight braid, or what's the difference between?
I don't think they're seeing the line. I mean,
okay. So what is your
water?
Brooke and Bill? What is your what do you think fluoro does for you?
It's just not having to tie leaders.
Well, that's a big thing. I hate tying leaders. But for me, I mean, it's just if you get in super gin clear water, yeah, they might see that line. But the slightest little stain, they're not seeing that line.
Is it better action? Do you get better
Uh,
action, better feel? Maybe no. I wouldn't say feel because braid. I get a lot of
Yeah,
feel with them.
you're not getting better sensitivity. I mean,
Uh,
I don't really have a big reason for it. I mean, I just it's my comfort zone. It's what I have confidence in.
I gotta try that. I gotta try.
I don't think the
straight
action
fluoro.
changed. I think sometimes too much sensitivity can be a bad thing if you're in certain situations and you start yanking it away, and then that's where you'll see them getting the trailer and not getting the whole bait.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Good answer.
I think that's kind of the way I feel about it. I think the fluoro gives a little bit more. You have some stretch. The clarity I don't think is really a big deal, especially on the Susky or the Juniata or whatever when it's there's cloud to the water. But I think that stretch definitely helps pin them a little bit better because they get the bait a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
I used to throw. I used to watch those videos with Jake Harshman because he would throw a lot of braid and stuff like that on chatterbaits and so forth. And then somewhere along the line, I think it switched. And then I was trying to emulate those kinds of things because I don't get to fish the Susky or the Juniata. I live 2.5 hours away. So I try to learn as much as I can from you guys and whoever else that's putting content out there. So it became a feel thing. It became, a comfort level. And it seems to work for me.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense as far as getting the bait down a little further if you're going fluoro, especially if you're not fishing a river like a lake. You want to get that chatterbait down a little further. Fluorocarbon would be the way to go. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna switch my setup up, see if it makes a big difference.
Yeah, big thing for me, like Sean was saying too, with using the braid and fluoro leader, and I know like Brooks said also, Jake Harshman does it a lot. I know Jake well. I don't want to be spending my time in a tournament tying leaders.
Yeah,
like, that's a lot of wasted time to me. So I don't do straight braid on anything for river fishing, anyways.
Yeah.
I just always had. Go ahead.
For my top water, Bill, no, I don't do very much in top water, but I do use braid with a 20-pound, like maybe 1.5 foot, 2 foot leader, just because it's not as supple as the braid, and I don't get as tangled as much, especially when I'm throwing ploppers, throwing them, as far as I can. I don't get that tangle as much.
Interesting. I know I shied away from. I tried straight fluoro a couple times, but I had a lot of problems with I felt like line memory, I just felt like it would want to come off or backlash more than I ever had with braid. But I don't know. I know you have to be really careful with how you spool it so that it's going on the spool the same way or it's coming off the other spool. But I don't know if that was my problem, but I did it like 2 times and I'm like, this is way too expensive for me to keep bird's nest in this stuff. So I went back to braid to fluoro leader. So, but I'll have to try it again now I'm a little better at it.
Yeah. You guys use any kind of line conditioner or anything like that when you go straight fluoro?
I do. I'll spray it on sometimes, but half the time I forget. It's all on how you put it on the spool.
Yeah. And how often, I know we're going down a rabbit hole here, but how often do you change your line as far as when you're fishing fluorocarbon on a bait caster like that for chatterbait?
Depends on how much use it's seeing, really, and how far the spool's getting down from cutting, and retying. But I'll put backer on all my bait casting reels, and I'm only putting 100 yards of fluoro or less.
Yeah.
So you save a lot of money that way.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to try it again.
Yeah.
Did you see what Michael Bradley said? The problem, Carlisle, is you put a Shimano reel on a dial rod.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
If you want any tips, Sean, I can help you out on the spooling.
Okay, yeah, I will definitely
to science.
Hit you up on that. It's been a little bit since I did it, so I feel like I've gotten more proficient with a big caster since then. So I might not have a bigger problem, but I never took the time. I think Josh Sims is in the house too. Speaking of,
Josh Sims, the man, the champion of PA Bassin, or PA Bass Nation, I should say. Yeah. So, all right, we're gonna get into the SFT tournament real quick. Is one of the reasons why I wanted to have a podcast tonight was the SFT tournament. What you guys all thought of it? I know Brooke didn't get a chance to fish it. He wanted to, but he had some things going on. Overall, what do you guys think how this year went? I thought it went pretty well. We didn't really have any situations, and I feel like next year it's going to be bigger and better.
I guess I'll go first. I'll give credit where credit is due. Last year, obviously, we had some difficulties. We'll just leave it at that. This year, I think there was a small hiccup or something that happened, and I'll give Mike Reinhold all the credit in the world.
That was with the measuring board, right?
Yeah, when we got to awards, because things spread around quick in Anglers World. But when we got to awards, Mike addressed it right away, clear and loud out to everybody. Good transparency, which I think is what we've been looking for, is clear transparency to everyone. And so I commend him on that. So it was a good tournament.
Yeah. So let me try to find where it is here. Kayak Classic. All right. So throughout the day, I looked at the leaderboard a couple times while I was fishing. I'd seen Christine Fisher was in first place. Most of the day, she had 92 inches, and then she had 94 inches. And there was other guys creeping up on her.
she had hers early. I was surprised. Like I looked early, and she had 90 inches. Like
I think she had 92 by 8 o'clock or something like that. Bill, how did you for the people that are listening that don't know, Bill Durboraw he got first place. He is the champion of 2026 for the SFT Kayak Classic. He had 95 1/4 inches. He had 5 fish and then 2 culls. And I think one of them culls came really late in the day for him. So kind of go through your day, Bill, from when you launched till when you figured out what was going on, and then your final call when I guess they turned off the leaderboard to give you the lead.
Yes, it was an actual call at the end. I didn't sandbag like Josh Sims does.
And by the way, Josh Sims finished 4th place with 93 1/4, and he had 6 calls throughout the day.
I guess just to start from the beginning, I only had, I think, two other guys launched at the ramp I was at. So I was happy to see that. I'm trying to remember what the flows were, if you guys can recall, but the river came up to like 4.6, I think, Harrisburg.
Yeah, it was close to that. Yep.
So it came up 4.6. I only had I think an hour and a half of practice Friday. I wasn't concerned with practice too much because we just spent, the whole previous week there. So
it got dirty though.
Yeah,
it was a lot dirtier than it was for the Bass Masters.
Yeah, and it came up 3-4 inches from what Bassmaster was.
Yeah.
So I mainly just wanted to get out and see the water because it was dirtier, and just see if that was changing how the fish were relating from what I saw the previous week. So I just needed an hour and a half to check that quick for practice. Looking back, I probably should have practiced a little more, but because my morning was kind of shot. But anytime the river comes up, that 4.5 foot mark or more, and you get dirty water, everybody knows you head to grass islands typically.
Mm-hmm.
You break out the chatterbait, maybe a spinnerbait, something like that. But typical chatterbait, grass islands, they just really go to those grass islands because it filters the water, so you get typically just a little bit clear water. So that's how I started my morning, and I think I went 2 hours before I even got my first bite. And just cycling through all kinds of grass islands that are typically productive, and I was just striking out. So I was like, okay, I don't know what to do now, because I'm like, it's just I was so set on the grass with chatterbait. I had 2 chatterbait setups tied up. I had 2 spinnerbait setups tied up, and it just wasn't happening for me. So I went to my plan B, which is a little something I found the day before, and that's basically just I was repeating what I did for the big bass I was hunting during the Bassmaster. I put the same bait in my hand and ran the same exact water, doing the same exact thing that I was losing all the big ones on. And that's how I caught all my big ones. It was the same deal. They were all 18-inch plus on the same stuff.
That had to make you feel good that you were hitting them where you were missing them before.
Yeah, it's crazy. When I say the same exact bait, I mean same exact bait, same rod, reel, line, everything. But this time I lost 1 fish all day.
Well, not just make you feel good that you were keeping them pinned, but it probably made you feel good that you made that decision to get away from the grass and take the chatterbait out of your hand and go with something else that you were throwing.
Yeah, it's I think it's kind of the lesson I learned from last week is that when I get dialed in on something, I get very hard headed and I get tunnel vision. And it's when I have that much confidence in something, it's hard for me to walk away from it. And, but so I walked away from it, after 2 hours of trying, and I said, all right, it's not happening. Can't force it. So went and ran that other stuff, and it just, it paid this time. I mean, I hooked them. I put them. There was no doubt.
That's what makes good anglers great anglers, when they can make decisions like that and it pays off. You know, that's another level, when people can think like that. Even though you're catching fish, to leave fish because they're not the right size or whatever, what was going on, and then to go do something totally different and win a tournament doing that's the best of the best right there, man. Congratulations on that, Bill.
Thank you. Yeah, the hardest thing to do is, you always hear the saying, never leave fish to find fish.
Yeah.
But I don't always agree with that. When you're in a tournament, and if you're only catching a certain size class fish, you need to go do something else. I mean, it's not always that way.
They do group by size a lot. So if you're catching the same size, then that's all you're probably going to get. You might luck into 1 or 2, but.
Well, that, and I've found through the years fishing the river, I probably shouldn't even share this, but I found that on the river throughout the years, especially with tournament fishing, that those bigger fish, those 18-inch plus fish, are typically doing something different than all the other fish.
Yeah.
Now you'll find some once in a while. If you keep doing the same thing, you might catch a few little ones and you might catch a big one or something. But generally, I think 18-inch plus class fish are doing something completely different than all the other year class fishes.
Yep. That's juice right there, boys.
And if you can figure that out, you just gotta be confident and stick to it, because it might only be 5 bites for the day, but they're going to be the 5 right ones. So
yeah. Well, and how late was your last cull? Like,
so I had a 17-inch still in my bag, and with 7 minutes left, I came up to something. I was looking all across the river, just trying to what can I get to quick that could be a high percentage spot. And I came up to one spot, and I'm like, well, this is going to be it. It's either here or nowhere. And one cast in there, and I ended up getting an 18.5. So it was 7 minutes left.
Wow. And
I thought I remembered reading or hearing you say that it was a pretty late call. So
yeah.
Wow. And that call, that's what gave you the win.
Yeah. So an 1.5-inch call. So I think I guess I would have been second without it, maybe.
Yep. Because Christine had 94 3/4 and you had 95 1/4. So that's ½ inch.
Yep.
Yeah. That was a decision that gave you the championship. Heck yeah. For the Bill, for the people that are listening, and maybe not have enough knowledge to know like a high percentage area. When you said you were looking for a high percentage area, kind of explain what a high percentage area is to the viewers that are watching that are just getting started.
Well, I got to be careful how I do.
I was going to say, as much as you can share.
Was based off on what I was fishing to get those bigger fish.
All right.
But in general speaking terms, a high percentage area is something they say looks juicy.
Yeah.
And typically that's something relating with cover or structure.
Yeah.
That just looks like, oh, that's a spot that a fish would hold in because it's either what? No, yeah. Tabby's talking. But typically,
what's going on, Tabitha?
Hey.
But
Tabby.
typically, a high percentage spot is going to be something you can see visually. So it's going to be cover, not structure. And it's going to be something that either looks like a spot that a fish would sit in because it's a feeding zone, possibly.
Yeah.
Or it's just a protection zone.
Yeah, that's a good example. And for the newbies, there we probably have a bunch of newbies that do watch the show that try to learn some river fishing tips and techniques. It comes with time. It comes with time. When you get out there on the river and you got a couple of years under your belt, you learn to read the water. You learn where them high percentages, those high percentage areas are, and you kind of focus on them, especially during a tournament.
Well, I'll give away one high percentage area just because there's literally thousands of them all over the river. You see them when you're out there. But you see a grass island that has a ledge with a visible little bit of a lip sticking out of the water, or maybe just below the surface, but you can see there's a ledge. Where a ledge meets a grass island,
that's money.
That's a high percentage area. And there's thousands of them all over the river.
Nice. Well, I wasn't trying to like get out all the juice, but we do have a lot of people on the show that watch to learn, and we're all about teaching the newbies and some of the people that are just that have only been in it for a year or two. That's what we're all about. We want to teach everybody how to do everything, but we don't want to give them everything. We want people to put the work in and do what we did to get where we are. And I would consider everybody on this panel a river rat for the most part, and we put the time in. That's the main thing. You got to put the time in on the water. Timing in the water is huge. If you can do that, you're going to learn a lot.
There is no substitute for time in the water.
I was just going to say the exact same thing.
You can watch videos and learn 24/7, but until you can be on the water applying it, it's never really gonna set in. But I'll give everybody a tip on something that, especially new people, that I think will be helpful. It's actually something I do when I'm out practicing before tournaments. I'll actually take my phone in my notes section and punch in notes throughout the day of what I'm seeing and finding, or suggestions like, hey, tie this bait on tonight, or try this out. Just notes, tidbits for practice that I'll take home that evening then and apply them for the next day.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
a good tip.
So
I mean, and there's a lot of apps that you can use too for stuff like that. What I do is I film all my fishing travels, and I go back and watch everything, because there ain't nothing better than watching yourself fish to critique yourself and to learn from your mistakes. Even if you don't, want to do what I do and make videos on YouTube and stuff like that, you could just film and keep it to yourself. Watch your videos, share it with your wife, your kids, whatever. And if you watch for a while, you'll know, like, you'll be like, why the hell was I doing that? Or why do I do that? And then you'll fix what, after a while, you'll start learning and you'll fix your mistakes. So it makes you a better fisherman, especially, just watching your videos.
Definitely.
Yeah, you had told me about that, Carlisle, and I was telling you I've had this GoPro forever and kept saying I'm going to video just so I can learned from watching myself, and I'm like, man, I wish I'd have had it Sunday, but same time I wish I wouldn't have, but I wish I would have, just to see, hey, am I doing
To watch
something
it.
you don't even realize?
Yeah.
Just to watch it. Yeah. Because, there's always, I know Brooke has them days and Randy. Oh shit. Wow. We got to get you set up, Bill. Yeah. You guys, like, you don't have to share anything. You're doing it for yourself. We've all had them situations where something happened out on the water and you were just like, man, I wish I would have had that on video. Just so I could share it with my wife, because she doesn't know what it's like out here if she doesn't fish. Now for Bill, his wife goes out and my wife goes out every once in a while, and I don't know about Brooke. I don't know if his wife fishes or not, but it's something you can share, and it's something you can watch. And it's pretty awesome to watch yourself fish.
Well, Bill, I would think it would be interesting just to see if you were doing anything different from the Bassmasters, like even, anything that you could see. I know you said you didn't think you were, but just to see. But
yeah, because I mean, it's one of those deals too. When you reach a certain experience level, and time on the water, you feel like you got everything dialed in, and you might, but you may have just been doing something a little weird or something that you don't even realize, because you know how it is. You get that excitement level in the moment, and who knows? Maybe I was high sticking and didn't realize. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, just this guy, Dominic, saying athletes watch game film. So should fishermen? Yeah, fishermen should watch. Exactly.
Yep.
I think it's cool. I like putting videos out there. I think one of my videos is one of the reasons why Marysville was so busy this year. But I mean, it is what it is.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
A little bit of a taboo subject, maybe.
Sure.
How is it every time somebody goes out and wins a national level tournament, like a bass level event, that everybody and their brother and sister wants to go fish that same spot?
No, because there's a lot of,
they feel like the big fish are there, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
the thing. I was just talking to a guy a couple days ago about that same situation where he got on a bunch of fish, but he was telling me I could go tell so-and-so the same thing where I caught him, give him the exact coordinates, the GPS, the drop, all that stuff, and they could go there tomorrow and not catch fish. That's how much the river changes.
Absolutely.
There's so many different variables that go into it other than just location. I mean, location helps obviously, but
and even when, say, the water levels are the same, the clarity's the same, you could go out the next day in the same spot, same baits, and zero.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fish move. I mean, they move a lot more than people realize, even from day to day.
Hour to hour.
Yeah.
Hour to hour they move. It's ridiculous how much these smallmouth move, especially on our river.
Yeah, I mean, cloud cover affects it, barometer affects it.
Yeah.
They're following food. They're not like in a lake sitting on this same tree day after day. They're hunting food.
If I learned anything this year, I learned that I need to cover more water when I'm not catching. Well, if I'm catching little ones, I need to keep moving, covering more water. That was my big take for 2026. And of course,
like Bill said, you find those high percentage areas. Like the more time you put on the water, what those high percentage areas look like.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be within 50 yards of each other. They could be a couple hundred yards. They could be a couple miles. You got to put the miles in on the river to know where they are and to know the patterns. And again, that changes from day to day, but you can't just fish the same little area and think that you're going to have the same success.
Yeah.
And for the people that don't have motors and stuff like that and just getting started, maybe you're just paddling, do a float. Float down the river a couple miles just to look at things and try to catch fish throughout the day and keep that in your mental note. Maybe drop pins in Google Earth or something and go back to them spots and see if they're productive, days after days like that. With motors, it makes it a lot easier. As we all know, you can cover a ton of water with a motor. Just follow Bill.
No, follow
Yeah.
Josh.
Good luck following Bill. Hey, more Josh. You need a
I'll
couple
follow
batteries.
either one of them. I'll be following.
But like,
Good luck following Josh. He does his milk runs. He just goes for miles.
Yeah.
Ryan Dahl says, just say no to GoPro.
Yeah.
But going with like Carlisle said, when I first started out, you know, I started out in KA, I think in 2014 or 15, something like that. And I'd been on the river as a teenager and jet boats and stuff, so I kind of knew a little bit about it, but I didn't know it the way you learn it in a kayak.
Yeah.
Which is a lot more intimately. So I would go out and I would do floats, and I would do 1 or 2 floats on each section of water and then move on to the next section. I started at the top, at Sunbury or whatever, and I'd float it 1 or 2 times, and then I would go to the next section, float it 1 or 2 times, and I'd work my way the whole way down. So
Yep.
I've done every square inch of it just to learn what each section has to offer as far as cover and structure.
Yep.
And depth could be a big difference too, the depth.
Yeah.
But
I think me and Sean did a lot of floats like that during tournaments, and we found certain areas that really were productive. And then now we know, you know, with all that information we got from them floats, now we know where to go during a tournament and spend more time than just floating by it.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to that whole thing with when someone wins a national event, you know, word gets out where they were, and the next thing you know, I mean, we just saw it. You only won, and then a week later, and you got half the field.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I remember like 2 years ago when Ewing won on that little bug.
Cicada looking thing.
Yeah, and then you couldn't freaking buy that thing for like a year because it was sold out.
Well, that was his brother.
That was the
that was his
Cicada.
brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, they're both hammers.
I was gonna say.
pick your poison of them two. They're both
Right.
hammers.
Yeah.
But going to that, like I will say, and we're not going to go into the why because that could be a week
Rabbit hole. Yeah. Yeah. We'll
But
do that another time.
Yeah, but I will say just briefly though that I've seen throughout the years on that river, because I like to fish a variety of areas typically. I like to move back and forth because I found that certain years, some stretches of water will hold a higher quantity of quality than some of the others. They'll all have quality. I mean, you can win any tournament, can be won at any stretch of that river at any time.
I hear that a lot. And it's true. You just got to find them.
And I think it does. It moves around. Some years one stretch could be good for, you know, it could last 2 or 3 years to where it's just really got a high quantity of quality. And then it might die down a little bit to where there's maybe not as much. And then some other stretch will be producing that same way. Now I have seen that, but again, we're not going to go into the why or, you know, the factors, because you know how that goes, but
yeah,
agreed.
But when I tell you, when I pick where I'm going to fish for a tournament, luckily I've been able to keep going to the same stretch because I know it well, but I'll pick up and leave it at any point because I pick my stretches for national events based on what I think is going to have the least amount of people.
Yeah.
I could care less about the spot that has the higher quantity of quality. I'll take less people in a harder stretch of water any day for the big events.
Yeah.
So Brooke, what made you pick where we launched? Was that just you had?
You're just about to say it.
I almost said it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say it, but so was it more of a comfort thing for you because you knew that area, or was it something else?
I don't know. Just I pre-fished in a couple of areas that I knew I wasn't going to fish just to kind of see what the activity was like and what they were feeding and, you know, where they were setting up. I picked the area that I fished ultimately just because of past experience with water levels and different stuff like that. You know, knowing what the potential water clarity would be from one side to the other and those kinds of things. That's the way I played it.
Gotcha. Because I know there was a bunch of people down there.
But there were some curveballs like that, weird algae bloom and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and eelgrass floating,
And weather changed the next second
the
day.
weather changed. Right. Yeah, I mean,
I know
wind-
Randy. I went by Randy probably halfway through day 2, and he's like, I can't stand fishing when it's windy like this. This is crazy. I just want to get off the water. I hate this shit,
The wind and the rain. Oh no. I will not fish that. I'll just pack up and go home.
Yeah.
I don't like being wet.
I welcomed the wind on how I was fishing. I'll just say that. The way I was fishing, it was actually blowing me upriver. I was casting as far as I could upriver and bringing it back through eelgrass, and it was just hammering it. The last 2 hours, I probably caught 24, 14 pluses. At least for the native, that helped. And I did upgrade once or twice up in that area to help out, to get me that 92.5 by the end of the day.
Yeah.
So again, that has happened before when I fished that stretch. So I've kind of had the experience with those factors. So I was not uncomfortable with it. I actually was happy because there was nobody there. As soon as it got windy, the water got rough. Everybody else scattered. I was there by myself for the last 2.5 hours.
Yeah. So you like when the wind's blowing opposite of the current?
Only in that scenario.
Okay.
I hate wind, but it worked in my favor for what I was doing.
Yeah. Because I know we've talked about that, Sean, with who did we talk to about that? Joe Raymond.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about when the wind blows upriver and it's kind of like you're trying to float downriver, but you're actually floating upriver. And it seems to be like the fishing gets tougher when that happens, when that situation happens.
You
I
can't
think your
drift.
baits don't present as
Blows the
naturally.
drift out of the
Yeah.
water. But
Yeah.
when you do other stuff like the strategy I was on. Was Joe the guy at the launch that had the snake in his kayak?
That was Joe
Was
McElroy.
he there on Sunday? Oh, Joe McElroy?
Joe McElroy.
McElroy, yeah.
Yeah,
He
he
had a
stayed
water
at our-
snake in the tubes of his Hobie Pro Angler. And he's sitting there calmly and just like, hey, I got a snake in my boot kind of thing. It's like, it was the funniest thing I'd seen. And like, well, luckily enough where you are, because he's from Alabama, I believe, or somewhere down
Yeah.
south.
Yeah.
So
More than
you'll
likely,
like
it's not something that's going to kill you here. So you're good.
Yeah, he wasn't too worried.
you'll like this story then. That's funny you brought that up. So he stayed at our Airbnb with us. And Joe's a phenomenal guy. Anybody's met him, tell you. He's just an awesome guy. He was telling me about this steak story when we got back to the Airbnb. And then all of a sudden he realized that the snake is still in his kayak.
Oh.
He had taken it went in one of his rod tubes of his Hobie.
Oh my
So
gosh.
he got tired of it peeking its head out at him, and it wouldn't come out to get rid of it. And he wanted to fish, so he took a rag and stuck it in his rod holder tube, so it wouldn't keep peeking its head out at him.
Oh my.
And he had forgotten all about it. Actually, I told you that wrong. So he was telling us a story at the Airbnb. So he stayed at the Airbnb Sunday night, and we went home Sunday night. So we're right off 81. So Joe had to go south, back to Alabama. So we met him for lunch right here by our house Monday afternoon, and we're in there eating it. He was telling me more about the snake, and that's when it hit him. He realized that the rag was still in his kayak, so the snake was still in there.
Oh no.
So we went out in the parking lot here Monday afternoon after we ate lunch, and he pulls this rag out and he's tapping on the tube trying to get this snake to come out because it couldn't go out any other way. Since it was blocked. And so he took a bunch of water and he's like throwing water into this tube trying to get the snake out in this parking lot. And he never did get it to come out. So he's like, well, I'm just going to leave the rag in it. I'm heading down to Alabama.
Wow.
So I don't know if it ever came out. I assume it would have came out, but
You would think.
that snake's got a new home now.
Yeah.
yeah.
And the story to tell.
hard.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Bill, on your big win, SFT. I wish
Definitely.
it would have been 10 grand. Hopefully next year they can get 150 and we can celebrate with somebody winning $10,000. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I think we'll see. a bigger turnout next
I
year.
think it'll rebound. Yep.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah,
too. As long as nobody schedules an event the same day, or you know,
I'd
something
like
like
to
that.
see them move it back more in the fall,
Like October.
like a September or October deal.
I know last year it was September.
Yeah,
It was like the beginning of September.
yeah. If they could do that, or even an early October, I think they.
Well,
will-
I mean, maybe that's something we can talk to Mike Reinhold about, and get the date set for that. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I think they'll see. Regardless, I think they're going to get a bigger turnout. I mean, we saw a lot of improvement. Everything ran really well.
Yeah,
But I think if they could move it back a little bit, I think it would help their numbers. Definitely.
yeah. But yeah, it was a great tournament. Thanks to SFT for throwing a tournament like that for us kayak anglers, and 13 Fishing. We all got nice spinning rods that probably Bill will never use.
What's that?
The spinning rod, you might use it up north if you go up there.
Oh,
we
those
got them.
things I use at Erie. Oh,
Yeah, those things.
Yeah.
We got 13 Fishing. I think it was called the Jinx.
Yeah.
That a nice rod for $100 rod. We pay $150 to join, and we got $100 rod, so that was nice. So congratulations, Bill, for taking home the dub. And I think what'd you take home, $4,000 or something like that?
Yeah, 4.
And then
Nice.
big bass, I think was, what the heck was 21 and a half or something like that?
21 and a quarter.
I think.
Matt
21
Fulmer.
and a quarter. And I know he took a nice chunk of change home. Brooke Williams, congratulations on your top 10 of Bassmasters. That's freaking awesome. And also your third place finish yesterday, which put you in first place for AOI for Eastern PA, Kayak Anglers of Eastern PA. We have a special bait to release tonight, Randy.
Yes, we do.
Why don't we get into that? We're going on an hour and 23 minutes. Why don't we do that drop tonight?
So I have it's a special bait. So
before you show it, why don't you kind of tell everybody the story behind how you named the bait and all that?
So I think it was Larry that brought up the idea of wanting a different bait, something I didn't carry. So I was like, all right. So I ordered the molds, got them in, and looking at it, and then I was like, well, it's a nice bait and everything. I was like, well, so Bill and Tab, they had some Danes, and I think Mac, he had cancer. What was it? Any thyroids or something, or lymph nodes? I think
Lymphoma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately they had to put him down, and I did get the chance to meet him a couple of times, and I will say there's some big dogs, man. Some big dogs. And I was like, well, what better way to to kind of honor Mac, even though I only met him like once or twice, but it's like I'm going to name my next bait after him. So now I came out with a bait. It's called Mac. So I have two sizes of it right now. The one is 3.5 inch. That's the Lil Mac. And then the Mac is a 5-inch bait. And let's see, this is the Mac.
Wow.
It's basically just a straight tail bait, little pin tail on the end. If I could get it to stop wiggling.
No, that's a good thing. That's
So,
what we want.
and that's the 5-inch, and then here is the 3-inch.
Oh man, that is juicy.
So I have, you guys, it's on my pro staff and everything. I give you guys some baits to try out and give me some feedback on them. And first time I actually gave some was to Tab and Bill. We all went out fishing together, and I showed them the bait and showed them the name, and I even made a special color for him. It's called Mac Special.
Is that what you have there, Bill?
Am I allowed to show this one, Randy?
But yeah,
Color?
you could show that one.
Put it up in the big screen. Hold it back a little bit, Bill.
So basically, it's the same colors as Mac.
Yep.
Oh,
Very
man.
Yeah, this thing don't stop shaking.
Yeah, you can see.
And that thing, it makes an excellent chatterbait trailer.
Chatterbait trailer. Yep.
Vibrating
I was waiting
jig, whatever
for
you
it.
want to call it.
Yes.
So we're actually out testing it. Tab came up and said, hey, it's a great bait. Love the action. She caught fish on it, but it didn't last. Then I was using a softer plastic for it. I was like, all right. So, I took all the feedback and everything, and I'm like, well, let's do, I'll make it in a medium plastic. And it's just, it's dynamite. I mean, I didn't lose any action on it. It looks really good. If you're trying to mimic like bait fish or anything like that, yeah, you're definitely going to want this bait as a trailer. I have a couple of them rigged up. So this one is on
Matches
the Morning Dawn.
Morning Dawn, perfect. Yep.
With my Morning Mist trailer color. And then with these, I actually, on this one, I trimmed off the head of the bait just to give it, I don't know, make it look a little bit better. So it's not as long sticking out. So I'll just take it, I'll trim off about this much for the jackhammer, and then I'll slide it on. And then, so the Little Mac, it looks really good on a baby jack.
Yes.
That looks wonderful.
That looks amazing.
It's like fishing porn. You know that?
Yeah.
I bet everybody that's watching this right now is like drooling at the mouth.
Like, I'm trying to hold this thing still, and it's still wanting to shake.
All right, so what colors you got in the Mac?
So right now I have 10 colors. I have a black with blue flake, my blueback herring, which is this one. I love this color.
Oh, I love that color too.
That one. What else I got? My green pumpkin. I got a grasshopper, which is also known as a dirty Sanchez. Morning Mist, which you seen with the Morning Dawn. I matched that one up. Then I got a pearl, Susky Magic, Susky Shiner, and of course,
Wagga Sim.
I don't have it here. Yeah, you got to have Wagga Sim.
Wagga Sim, yeah.
But now my Susky Shiner, I mean, that color pairs up perfectly with the Golden Shiner.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, that is porn.
Yeah.
Golly.
But yeah, that is the new bait.
No, it's called the Mac or Mac?
Mac.
And is that live on the website right now?
It will be once we get off of here. I got to go make everything available.
You guys know what to do. Undercoverbaits.com.
Is that Sims calling you, asking for colors?
No. Because I actually do have another color in the Boogie Bug.
Uh-oh.
So
we don't want to talk about that, do we? Do we want to
Well, Josh already put it in the chat. So
yeah,
did he?
He actually posted it also. Posted the picture.
Phil, hold that up. Let's see the color. Take one of them out of there.
Yeah, I can do that without Sims sending me death threats since Randy already put it up on the.
Yeah.
Well, no, Sims put it up himself.
Oh,
Yeah, he
yeah,
did.
he did.
Before I even said anything about it.
Oh my.
I don't know if you can see
the flake.
The flake.
I see it. Yep.
There's another one. I don't know if you can
There's
see
a little.
it.
There's a little. Is there green flashing in there? Green flake.
So it is
it's like a rainbow flake.
It's a holographic flake.
Yeah.
The color's called Green Pumpkin Magic.
Ooh.
So there's a couple other companies out there that make that color. But I made it in the Boogie Bug, and I also have been requested to make it in my Gigolos, my stick baits.
God damn it, Randy! Now I got to spend more money tonight.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Jeez, I got tournament on Saturday. Can I get it here by Saturday?
Well, that depends on how soon you put the order in.
Right after this podcast.
We should be able to.
Oh my gosh,
should be able to.
My wife's gonna shoot me. But yeah, if you guys that are interested, and maybe never heard of Undercover Baits and you live under a rock, go to undercoverbaits.com. And after the show, he's going to have the Mac live. You can order the Mac, and the Boogie Bug's already on there, so you can get some of them. I got a question for Bill. When you use the Boogie Bug as a trailer, do you rip them top arms off, or do you leave them on?
I take the arms off.
Yeah, I do too. I was wondering.
I leave them on.
You leave them
I
on.
don't. Yeah.
You
I
don't
guess
think
it
that
probably
makes a difference? No.
I think it might get caught up in the skirt a little bit, but
yeah. And,
you know
and
me,
also
I'm not
maybe
picky
keep
about my stuff.
It might also keep the bait up a little bit more than if you rip them off, I think.
And I trim it just a little bit as well.
Mm.
Just cut about a little over a quarter inch of the head off.
Damn, now Brooke has all the juice. Brooke, the Boogie Bug, brother. Check it out. If you didn't already.
I might put a request in for like a black, blue, green pumpkin mix. That would be nice.
Oh yeah. To match that new chatterbait color.
The blue
Chatterbait color?
Yeah, that new chatterbait color they came out with. That it's one of the new chatterbaits they showed at ICAST. I have one. Dirty green pumpkin, I think it is. Is that what it is? It's got like green pumpkin and blue and
that's bruised green pumpkin.
Bruised.
Yeah,
that's been out.
That's been out. Okay.
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
My bad.
Been out, but they added it to the Evo Mini, and which you can't even find anywhere.
I was going to say that one's tough to find. Yep.
Like Tackle Direct is the only place that apparently has it. And it's they just send it like I'm on an email list like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh.
Sorry, Josh.
I was going to say it's funny Brooks brought up that collar. It's actually one I was going to ask Randy if he could make.
You give me a bait, man. You know I'll make it. I can match it.
And I have another collar I want made, but I ain't sharing that one.
Why not? I mean, any folks who hung out long enough for an hour and 33 minutes, they deserve a little juice.
Yeah. Yep.
Boogie Bug on a chatterbait.
I was just going to say they've gotten a lot.
That's enough. That's all they need to know.
If they were paying attention, I told them about putting that on a jackhammer back in the spring when we did our Undercover Baits podcast. So it's been out for a while for people to do it. We told them.
Okay.
Oh, I guess that video is going to go viral now.
Yeah, we shared that juice then, so they had all year to be doing it.
I got a little bit of juice. That Mac, and I'm sorry if I'm ruining somebody's secret, but the Mac, the big one, works great on a buzzbait.
Shut up.
Just saying. I'm not going to say what buzzbait or anything like that, but it's pretty sweet.
I'm sure it's good too. It's like for your forward-facing sonar stuff too.
So yeah, definitely shaking them in.
I think that's what it was made
especially
for
that
initially.
smaller one.
For that, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I ain't got no secrets, man. I'm not worried about it.
I don't either.
Hey, Randy, keep up the good work, man. You've been dropping some bombs with these baits, dude. And
well, the next one's going to be the best, I think.
Awesome. We'll definitely have you on to drop the next one, and
that'll be my last one for a while because that stuff's expensive.
Yeah. But you've been doing a hell of a job, Randy, with all these baits.
Thank you,
brother.
We appreciate everything you do, and it shows in all these guys that have been winning. That's for sure. I mean, Josh Sims has been killing it this year. Bill's been killing it. Brooks been using your baits, killing it. I know I've been using your baits. Sean's been using your baits. Larry. I mean, all these guys that that big sticks on the Susquehanna River.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that's new that's watching this video, you know what to do, guys. Check out Undercover and Randy, man. He's a one-of-a-kind dude, and he makes some awesome baits.
And don't forget to use the codes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of money off.
Pop that up right now. We got a code here.
You got it?
You got it? Go ahead.
Yeah.
There's a code. 10% off.
Chase 20.
Chase 20 at checkout.
And then also you spend over $50, you get free shipping.
Wow.
So,
nice. There you go, guys.
I'm practically giving stuff away.
Randy's the man, dude.
But
Well,
that's
hey,
all right, I don't mind it.
we appreciate you guys coming on tonight. Brooke, it was awesome to see you last weekend, fish with you. Congratulations on your success. You're sitting in AOI for kayak anglers right now. And I'm
You're
looking
the same.
forward.
Oh, I can't forget to also congrats to Carlisle for winning his first KA event on Lake Redmond. So
Oh yeah, last weekend. Thank you.
yeah,
That put you in first place after your 3 events. So congrats to you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to fishing against Brooke if I actually make it to the championship for KA. I'm hoping to. I'm shooting for it. I hope to see you there, Brooke. I'm sure I'll see you there, even if it's just fishing for a team event. But I want to fish against you for the big trophy, brother.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah,
I mean, we
and,
both have to, I just do another event. People could, leapfrog me and do the same. But either way, top 1 or 2 or 3 guys, depending on the average attendance, goes to the championship, and then the next 5 are the team. So, but either way, the team is fun too.
It's a blast, dude. I fished it the last 3 years. It's awesome.
Strategize, you can do a flotilla. It's fun.
Yeah,
especially stay out there the night before. We usually go to ferry boat campground and shoot the shit and have a fire and talk about strategy.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good time. And for the people out there that are just getting into kayak fishing, kayak anglers is the way to go if you're just starting. It's a human powered, kind of makes kind of even playing field, because you're paddling or pedaling. And that's the way we all started. And I think that's the best way to start. Bill, congratulations on your big win, SFT. That was awesome. That was an awesome performance. I was there at awards, and they turned the leaderboard off 2 hours before the event was over. So, you don't know who actually won until they announce it. So that was freaking awesome to see one of my undercover brothers win that championship, and to do it with some of the baits that you used. Freaking awesome, man. And Randy, the mad scientist behind all of it, you're the man, brother. Thanks for coming on. Thanks all you guys for coming on. We will see you guys on the next Chasing the 20 Inchers. Thanks, guys.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Thank you for tuning in to the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget, for future shows, like, follow, share, and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check out our individual channels and accounts too. Want to be a guest on one of our shows and talk of adventures, gear, or products? Contact us. Thank you for watching The Noob Show with Matt Gibson, Chasing the Tide with Dustin Nichols, The Rusty Hook with John Rapp, The River Run with Adam Fraser Pross, May Contain Fishing with Daniel Woodcock, Chasing the 20s with Carlisle Esterly and Sean Lavery, Friday Night Bites with Brian Schiller. Thanks for tuning into the Paddle and Fin Network. Subscribe and always wear your PFT.